I'm
And the
happy.
first time you did it at the center, I was like, really? Okay. This
I'm a
is
happy
very
fellow.
different, but this is you.
How are you,
This
boss?
is fantastic, fantastic. I want to I want to bring out a few pearls to the community, to our audience,
Okay.
just pearls from life, things that have happened to you that you could have avoided, or things that have happened to you that thankfully they happened to you. So from your failures and your successes, I found that from my 5 failures, I've learned the most. And it's from my failures that I actually speak to most people that I speak to. Because from
Yeah.
my failures, I've learned one more way not to do things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's true.
And that I really, really, really push. So what I wanted to do was, first of all, um, dive into your childhood. Just thinking, because I always think to myself, what's the earliest memory I can remember in my childhood? Obviously, the happy memory, or maybe a
Yeah.
sad memory. But what's the
Yeah.
earliest memory that from your childhood that comes to mind for you?
The
Earliest
earliest
memory.
memories that is 4 o'clock cartoon.
4 o'clock what? Cartoons.
Cartoons.
Oh,
Cartoons.
cartoons. Fantastic. Fantastic.
Voltron, Captain Planet.
People from our audience can definitely relate to this.
Yeah.
And that's real.
No, like NTA2 Channel 5 then. And
And
and Christmas period, when you get to see your cousins you have not seen for a while and visit people. And then, yeah, basically visit people, wear new clothes,
mm,
oversized shoes.
mm, mm, mm. So would you say you had a happy childhood? Because from what you just described to me, those sound like the memories of a happy child.
Yes, I was telling someone like 2 days ago that I didn't grow up with my parents, but I don't think I was not loved. I grew up with my grandmother, and I
Mm,
was loved. Like
mm.
I can never say I'm the child that was deprived of love. Like she showered me love. She made me feel as if I was enough.
Wow. Oh, oh,
It
okay.
was it was
Let's.
not void. It was not void of discipline, but you would know even in that discipline, love was inside.
Ah, sorry, Timmy, you hit me hard with that one because
Mhm.
that is so poignant. You just said something. She made you feel like you were enough.
Yes, she always said it.
Ah,
She she told me like, "I you are the you are the she's according to my age, you're the best 5-year-old. You are
wow,
the best." And there's something that somebody say, why you seem like you can talk to anybody. I say a loved child, a child that knows their love, is a confident child. They can talk to anybody in this world and never be afraid.
wow, wow. Ah, I think I always say success is not a fluke. When people are
Mhm.
successful, there's certain things in their backgrounds that were the backbones of that success. Being a loved child. Timmy, you're speaking on such a high level right now for
I'm
me. Being
just
a
able to
loved child is so powerful. And you just typified it. And parents need to hear this. They need to hear the power that they put into their child when they put in love, making them feel loved.
once the child feel their love, there's nothing they cannot they don't see. Something must fill a void.
Mm,
It's either love fills it or fear.
mm, mm.
And if love fills the child, there are few things the child cannot. There are few things the child can't accomplish as a person and can't face.
Mm.
Like I know for sure that like one of the favorite questions I ask my kids now is, "What do you think?" As simple as "What do you think?" is, I've put in their head that their opinion matter.
Wow. 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 Man. To me, there's so much depth to you. I mean, I didn't really get a chance to talk to you, but you're saying things today that make me see things so differently in your world. Because the truth is, I can relate to that totally. I always tell people that I feel my parents loved me and my siblings more than most parents love their kids.
No, I don't. I don't used to. There are people that they've never heard "I love you" from their father or their mother.
Yes.
There are people that have never hugged their parents before.
Yes. Yes.
There are people that when the father shows up, they walk out of the sitting room. Just imagine that kind of situation, like,
Wow.
and it is typical of the human to do more out of love than fear.
Wow.
If you're
Wow.
in the sense that if your employees love you, they will do more for the organization that they would do that have done just out of duty.
Wow. Timi, you have to run for some political positions.
No,
You have
I'm
to go
not
into
running. I'm
government.
just a musician. I'm just a musician.
You know, well, if more people could think like that, think to be able to inspire people to do things, people think to be able
It's out
to
of love,
do things out of love, not out of duty, like you
not out
said.
of duty.
Ugh,
Duty is
that's
way,
tough.
way down the pecking order of
Way
importance.
down, the lowest level of communication, really. Wow. Well said, my brother. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. And there's something else that you said I wanted to highlight.
Okay.
You said that there's a void that has to be filled, and it's going to be filled either by love
Or
or
fear.
by fear. And if it's filled by love, you can accomplish much more.
Oh, you
And if it's filled by
would do
fear,
so much. If you love,
that's so powerful.
if you love what you do, you would attain a higher level of it. Height where you climb to is very high than if you are doing it duty. Yeah. If I love books, I would understand it more
Wow.
than if I'm doing it because I want to pass exam.
Wow.
There's something my teacher said once. My teacher, I'm studying the piano, yeah, and he said, if you come to practice because you want to know it, it's different from if you come to practice and not to forget it. That's two different things.
Practicing to know it and
It's different from practice
practicing not
not to
to
forget
forget
it.
it. Huh. Huh.
It's like if I'm reading to pass an exam, I'm reading just to pass an exam. If I'm reading to imbibe it and ebb it in my heart, it's a more dangerous
Not everywhere.
thing to do. Because wake me tomorrow morning, next tomorrow morning, Friday evening, Tuesday afternoon, I cannot forget it. There are two different things. That's actually what differentiates two musicians.
Wow.
Two people can sing the same song. You feel somehow about. Yeah, you were applauded. Yeah. I have this illustration. I say when I go to church, there's always one usher I like to shake.
Tell me.
Let me tell you why.
Tell me.
The person makes me feel welcome. Everybody can shake you. Everybody's an usher. Everybody can shake you. But there's one that makes you feel welcome. There's a particular place you sit in church that you like to sit. Guess what? If my whole essence to do music is to be applauded, after the applause, everybody goes. I've been applauded, innit? But if my whole job is to create a significant experience, you will never forget me. That's why we cannot forget Sonny Ade. We cannot forget songs like Ọmọ mu ṣe rere tí a dára o. Ọmọ mu ṣe rere tí a dára o. Because it's not just a song, it's an experience. And if I give you will not see the first person that beat you to stupor as a child, you will never forget that person. It's an experience. Just the way you will not forget, no matter how awful your first kiss was, it was your first kiss. We grow with the experience doesn't leave, but every other thing leaves.
Wow. Timi, I don't even know where to start from right now because you've gone into so many different areas with your depth. But one thing I hear for sure is you as a father. I hear it so clearly. That's a joy for you. That's a pride and joy for you. I I can hear it.
Of my kids. They know I love them. They know. Even if they ignore me a lot of times and say, hey, that they are old school, I say, trust me, one day you realize that this my old school is what is saving you. My children think I still dress very awful because I don't used to wear hoodie and all this. They think I still, oh, don't come on.
Wow. How old are your kids?
13, 11, and 10.
Fantastic.
I don't know how it happened. Don't ask me. I was young and restless. I was in a hurry.
Fantastic.
Nobody told me.
Well, then that's a team right there. Close in age. That's a
Yeah.
pack. That's a pack. And that's another thing that I like to talk about a lot. Sibling love.
Yeah.
Sibling love. How many siblings do you have?
I have a brother and a sister.
And is your relationship with them close?
Now it
Medium?
was because me, I was the one that grew up with my grandma. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. I grew up with my grandma and they grew up with my parents.
I
So
see.
it's now that we are, yeah. But there's something about blood and intentionality. If it does not start then, it can start now.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
People gravitate towards appraisal and love. People gravitate towards it.
People gravitate towards appraisal and love. It's very attractive. Very attractive. Nobody wants to. In fact, it's not repulsive.
I will not show up in a place where you make me feel small.
That's another thing, because you're saying it a different way now. You said it a different way earlier. She made you feel enough. Yeah. Now you know why you never.
I'm telling you,
someone makes you feel small.
My grandmother believed. Yes, my grandmother believed that my way. Somebody asked me, why do you read so much book? I said, because the chain of habits cannot be broken in this old age. My grandmother believed that book was the only way out of poverty. Book. I will read things that does not concern me and things that concern me. There's a Bible passage, Psalm 121. I probably read it every day for almost 5 years. Just come and read it. I read it, you should be sleeping. Like she just believed that book was the thing.
Wow. Now, was she educated herself?
No, that's the irony of it all.
Wow. So she saw the lack in her,
like she would
as a strength in you.
She did not like. You know how people say, there's no money to buy book. My grandmother rather that you buy book than you eat. Textbook.
Wow.
Textbook. I would read, and I used to, I wanted to be an engineer growing up because my house was close to Shell Camp in Port Harcourt, and I used to pass there to go to school. Then everybody when we were going out, my mom, she'd be telling me, if you want to live in this kind of fine place, see your people. See white people, they are playing ball in the afternoon. They are just, you want to live this kind of life, you better be reading.
Wow.
So I was reading in and out of season.
That's amazing.
Let me show you. Let me show you my small library.
Wow. Leaders are readers. Leaders are readers any day, any time. Absolutely. I'm not surprised, Sylvia. Just talking to you and what we're sharing right now, I know you're a reader. You have to be. And the passion that was put into you by your grandmother, based on her, I call it the power of lack. What you don't have, and you see the power of, you will really wish it on those that you love.
Yes. Like wanting more out of life.
Yes, sir. Yes. Wow.
Like there are two different sides to it, doctor. Like some parents want to leave their insufficiency through their children. Like, I couldn't do this thing, so I'm pushing you to do it. No.
Yes. That's so interesting.
That's how you see. That's how you see. I met some man long time ago. We were sitting down on the table in an event, and he told me that he has money, he has plenty money. Like I was from outside, you get. He said, Timi, I'm not happy. I said, what do you mean, sir, you're not happy? He said, forget all these things that it's on a big man table. He told me all the things that I have now. I still don't feel like
Feel.
this is not the thing I wanted to do. And I said, why? He said, I have all these things everybody look at. Everybody look at this is this, this is this. But I just wanted the simple things. But I kept going because my parents wanted it. And now I got stuck in the system. How do I, at this age, how do I say, okay? So it took me to a book I was reading. There's a writer called Robin Sharma. I think everybody should read a book or two from Robin Sharma. He has a book called The 5 a.m. Club.
5 o'clock.
Yes, he has another one recently. He sent me one. It's called The Wealth Money Cannot Buy. He said,
Community.
one of the
saddest. That's fantastic.
He said something. He said, you know what tragedy is? Spending your youthful age climbing a mountain, only to get to the top of it and discover that it's the wrong mountain. Like this is not the mountain. You have spent your youthful strength and energy climbing the wrong mountain, only to discover that this is not it.
Wow.
And then there are two things that are going to be involved. The first one is that you're going to climb down, and it takes a lot of strength again to climb from that top of that mountain down. Then now begin to find the mountain that is yours to climb.
Wow. So how do you avoid climbing the wrong mountain in the first place?
Sometimes it's excitement. You know that you can be good at a thing and it's not your purpose.
You're so right.
I'm very good at mathematics, by the way.
You're very good at mathematics.
Yes.
So am I.
All this, if I'd followed that mathematics ginger and everything, I wouldn't have written most of the beautiful songs I've written. Just imagine that scenario.
So music excited you?
Music was my music journey is a funny one. How you say that you meet your destiny on the road you take to avoid it.
You meet your destiny on the road you take to avoid it.
I don't want to be a musician. Some days, up until now, I still fight the urge not to be a musician.
You meet your destiny on the road
sometimes
you take,
like how somebody has set trap for you in front. Then you not be passing corner, only to go and meet the thing that you're dodging.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. That is amazing. So I think to my life, when I climb the right mountain, yes, that's amazing.
You can just be going so well, like everything just be going so well for you. You think that that's the thing, that's it, this is it. But sometimes you just, I never thought of being a musician. It was not in the plan. It wasn't. I crossed my heart. It wasn't the plan, like to be a musician. But it is when I now won Idols, and I said, okay, maybe this thing I be the thing, because prior to that, I was just a choir boy. I had one song out that done some talent hunt in Port Harcourt, and I won. Then, but it means nobody wants to hear that you're a musician now. Nobody wants to respect you now.
But you
went frustrating. I kept going
because you were excited by it.
It was giving me. I discovered all of a sudden that it was giving me an unexplainable utility.
An unexplainable what?
Utility, satisfaction.
Wow.
Like it was just happening. Like this thing is nice like this.
Wow.
Like I discovered that. Wow. Like
that is so interesting to me. And you think that I just wondered to myself, how many people discover that? How many people actually find that right mountain?
You have to ask,
they feel like you're feeling.
You have to ask God.
Yes.
You have to be calm Sometimes you find purpose in your late age too.
Mm.
Sometimes
Mm. Mm.
you
Ah,
would need the experience of failing. I told somebody that everybody has to experience a certain level of pain to come to the awareness of who they are.
yes. Yes.
Sometimes people don't say this truth. Sometimes it's divorce.
Mm.
Sometimes it's heartbreak. Sometimes it's a deep,
Pain.
deep, dark loneliness
Eesh. Wow.
where everybody else is applauding you outside, though. But it's that deep, deep, dark emptiness
When you sink to your
that will drive you.
lowest, you sink to your
Yes,
lowest
you
so
are.
you can now be
See,
spring up.
you know that place where you get to and you say it can't get worse
You can't
than
get any
this,
lower.
and it actually gets worse than this. It's like the
Yes.
scenario, like you say, okay,
Been
let's
there,
pick Nigeria. Let's
wrote the book.
like just you can just be like Nigeria. Say okay, no, come on, 500 naira to a dollar. It can't get worse than this. Nigeria will say, wait. Oh my glass, let me show you something. So you get it.
Oh my
Sometimes you have to
word.
fail a lot. In fact, no, you have to fail a lot.
You know, something you're saying right now, I always say there are three levels of existence. You're either failing, you're surviving, or you're thriving. And the funny thing is to thrive, you have survived first. You
Yeah.
have failed first. But then your aim should be to thrive. But see failure as a path to thriving. Because when you're
Ah,
failing, when you're in that dark place, it's hard to see up. But then that's the only place to look.
but no, but the truth is that the reason why the thing did not kill you is that it's stripping you of, like
Mm.
it's like
Shackles.
it's like learning a new thing. First of all, the, the more you repeat it, it's stripping you of the ordinariness. It's stripping
Mm.
you of the shallowness of it.
Mm.
But you are doing it. You're making mistake. What people
Mm.
don't see is the mistake you have made.
Before they
Yes,
see the perfection that they now
just
everyone
like in
sees.
just like in songwriting. Someone said, "Great songs are not written. Great songs are rewritten."
Great songs are rewritten.
Because what you saw and you're applauding is not what the song started with. There are words, there are phrases, there are clauses that you did not see. The,
Wow.
the writing is the easy part. The editing is the hard part.
Wow.
The beginning, that's all like, oh yeah, that, this, that. So don't be afraid to fail, but fail forward.
Fail forward. When was your first record? When was that
Yeah.
released? When was your first
I
song
really
released?
something in Port Harcourt that time. Now imagine me getting to this point and say, oh no, that can never be me. I didn't say that. It can never be me. Like if I play that record now, I'll probably be crying. So you see how far doing a
Evolved.
thing, repetition is the roadmap to mastery.
Absolutely.
Like
Oh,
I was
so
just
well
doing
said.
oh wow, no, I can't believe I said that. If I go and listen to my first album, I probably change everything I said.
Repetition is a roadmap to mastery. I have to repeat a few things you say here, Timmy, because you're dropping some. What I call them little pearl bombs, little pearl bombs that are
I'm
one-liners.
just an upcoming artist,
My
please.
brother, you're an upcoming artist that has so much depth and is so accomplished. Now, your first song was released when you are how old?
I released it I can't remember because it was not because I wanted to be a musician. You
Mm,
get?
mm,
It was that the opportunity presented itself, and
I
I
see.
was in the studio with somebody. I wrote some things that sounded nice, and let me give fun fact. As a child, I had this thing. Yeah, if you sing a thing, if I hear a thing that is singing, when I sing it, I won't sing the exact thing that you sang. I didn't want to be a
Mm,
musician.
mm,
There was no plan to be a musician. But if you sing, "You are my African queen," I would, when I'm singing a thing on my own, I will not say that.
mm,
I would say, "All of the pain that I've seen, come
mm.
make me go," like, those things, yeah?
Timmy, oh my word.
Those things. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Absolutely. That's
I had
fantastic.
been a songwriter unconsciously.
Rewriter, rewriting them.
I was singing somebody else's song, but I wasn't singing the thing. It was like, you know how God will just be putting small in you, putting small in you, and say, hey, okay, just like the disciples, they were already fishers of men, they were already businessmen. They were already catching things before Jesus started saying, come, let me make you fishers of men.
Yes.
They were skilled in
Something.
production. They were businessmen. They were doing things before. It was like the training ground of what is to come.
Wow.
You get?
That's so,
So it was
absolutely.
not.
That's so powerful.
I used to tell people, like, if you feel like doing a thing, start it. The future started yesterday. This future that we're talking of, the more you delay, the more you don't have to be. People have a problem of especially creative, of starting a thing, an idea, is because they want perfection from the beginning.
The future started yesterday.
But this idea, a thing that only you have, ideas are universal. Somebody else has it already.
Yes.
The day you stop training, somebody else is passing you. The day you stop being better, the day somebody. See, let me tell you something. I plan to be here a long time. I plan to be here a long time because I know what people don't know. What I know is that there are no rules to this thing called creativity and life. They are just tools and principles to apply. Nobody said this. Nobody started and said this is the rule. Every rule, every principle is that somebody did something and it worked, and he gave it a name. Christopher Columbus did not create America. Now he discovered it now. For you to discover something already existed.
So there's nothing new under the sun.
Yes, it was there. It was there before. Like, start now. Start yesterday. It's one line that leads to another line, that leads to another line, that leads to a verse.
Wow. Timi, I listen to you, and obviously you're a reader, but you implement what you read, obviously. And you read in such a way you can now teach what you read. So you read with much more depth. And it's interesting because there are certain books that I recommend to everybody. In my library, I have copies of them. 2 books. One is called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
I have it.
Of course you do.
I have it.
Of course you do.
I have it. I have it.
That book, after the Bible, that book just changed my life.
Yes. Man is made and unmade by himself.
Yeah.
In his thoughts, he makes the decision that will make or destroy him.
My brother's quoting Think and Grow Rich. There's no fluke in success.
No,
success comes on the background.
It's a routine.
Yes,
it has a routine.
It does. It absolutely does. The second book I recommend to everybody is called Mindset by Carol Dweck.
You have it.
Wow.
Don't try me. Any book that I see that I like, I read.
That's excellent. That is so excellent.
I think everybody should read this book. It's called The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari.
Of course. From Michelle. Fantastic book. Leaders are readers. You have to read. And obviously,
if you want to be here a long time, you have to read.
If you want to be here in any kind of quality, you have to read. Just to know, because you only do better when you know better. But you only have better when you do better. So you know that you do, so you have. But everyone wants to have, but they don't want to do different. They don't want to invest in knowing different. What your grandmother put into you is the capacity to learn. That growth mindset, that's the capacity to learn, you exemplify it. It's fantastic to see. Wow. So let's go back. I want to go into your childhood a bit, though, Timi.
Yeah.
When you went into secondary school, what are the earliest memories you remember in secondary school?
Let me tell you, one of my fondest memories in secondary school is that, because I have in mind that if you tell me things, don't come back and change it. So I'll give you this one. I'll soon be going because I have something to do.
Sure.
But let me give this one story. I got into secondary school, the mindset that if you tell me something, don't come and change it. So, but in primary school, there was no alphabet in mathematics.
Hmm.
So when I got to secondary school, I started seeing X, A, B. Like I was confused for a long time. I was just in the class, but my mind would drift. I say, what is this? I don't get it. I would ask the question, then question the question, then question the answer. My teacher got frustrated. So
At
in
least you ask the questions,
JS2,
though.
JS3 years. No, I grew up again. I say a love child is a confident child.
Hmm.
I ask, I'm nothing.
Questions.
Everybody will see principal and run. Me, I will not run.
Hmm.
As long as I am well behaved, talking, arrange myself, I don't think there's any need for me to fear another human being. So
Wow, that's fantastic. So you
I
were
was asking
bold
my
and you were
teacher.
confident.
So the teacher now took me to the staff room and told me, okay, what caused our problem is that they now brought pi into the equation of even the x and everything. What is pi? Why is pi 22/7? What is she doing here? How can she just be a constant? I don't know what that thing means. This guy, God bless him, his name is Mr. Odu. He took me to the staff room, sat me down, and taught me mathematics.
Wow.
Taught me mathematics. Every day I used to report to his office. During break, I don't do all those break things. I would go and sit down and say, tell me. Then what now happened is that I became very good in mathematics.
Wow.
I mean, like really good.
Wow.
I was way ahead of class. I was almost at the end of book. They were teaching.
And he was doing all
That
this
was
straight
yes. Yes, I had gone. Like it now became that subject that was my babe. Where me and mathematics were everywhere. So the danger of that knowing that thing now started happening to me. I wasn't now paying attention in class. I've known it. Before
I know
just
that.
as he just talks, I just said I've answered. I can be talking everywhere else. He just says, so 5 is Timi, you're making noise. I'll answer the question. Guess what? And I like my JS3G, I was giving them.
Timi.
Then I now go to SS1. In SS1, then came further mathematics. The guy was teaching. The beginning of further maths is the same thing as maths. So he was teaching one day. He was teaching simultaneous equation, two variables. I was talking. He called me. First, I from far I gave the answer. Then I now turned back to be talking to some of the babes in class. Like as a smart maths boy. You get what I'm saying? Then I now turned back. He now drew something on the blackboard and asked simultaneous equation with 3 variables. All the simultaneous equation I knew are only 2 variables. There's no 3 variables. So now I say, come and solve this one. I got to I felt so ashamed. I've never seen simultaneous equation with 3 variables before. So I'm stuck there. He said, solve it. I could not. If Timi could not solve it, the whole world has come
It's
to an end.
unsolvable.
Then he taught me one of the most valuable lessons in this life, Dr. Banchi. He took the chalk and the duster from my hand and he said, young man, you can never know it all. He said it, you can never know it all. No matter how much you know, there's another level of the thing that you don't know.
That's so powerful.
And
there's something I always tell my clients and everyone that cares to listen. 3 words you shouldn't repeat. I know that. Whatever it is that you know, there's more to know. So I hear you totally with that.
He said it, and he said the danger of where you are in your mind is that once you think you know, there's nothing you can add to that thing.
The ceiling right there. Absolutely.
Just capped it.
Yep.
Like that thing changed my whole mindset. I am every day a life student.
Fantastic. Perpetual student.
I am everyday life student. I don't know it all.
That is so excellent. To me, I know
more than I still ask them, what do you think?
Wow. I know you've got to go. You have to commit to coming back to talk to us again because
I would. You are my you know what you did for me. You know what you did for me?
Tell me.
Yes. And in that clinic, like I was, like you can feel in your head that you're okay. Yes. Again, you can't know it all. You can be walking, waking up, sleeping, waking up, waking up. But when I came to that wellness place,
Hmm.
and I did all those tests, and I did all those conversation with you,
Hmm.
avoid this, don't
Hmm.
eat this, it's not the age for this, stay away from this, learn to sleep. Me that my eye by 2:30, my eye can be shining. Now, I I hear your voice in my head. Yo, sleep,
I love it. I
exercise
love it.
much, do this, do that.
Fantastic.
So you get, like, I'm not the guy. I like to punish my body, but no, I'm not 25 anymore.
Hmm. And we're not. We're not. And we're not going to
Yeah,
go back there, but we can
yeah.
continue living forward.
You can.
Timmy, you're amazing. Thanks for coming to
Thank you,
join us
sir.
today. I want to
I
bring you back as
appreciate
soon
you,
as possible.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank.
God bless you real good.
Bye,
Ah,
guys. All of you. Bye. Take care.
fantastic. Fantastic.
Mm,
It's good to talk to you.
mm.
Oh, my family, this is amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Just the pearls that you get from people's experiences in life. You know, I hope you got those pearl bombs. Listen to it again. I'm looking forward to listening to this again. I call them pearl bombs. Just one-liners that are so deep that they inspire you to do better. Be inspired. That's how you thrive. Get inspired if you're not inspired already. Get inspired and thrive. Till next time.